Welcome home, brave heroes. I'm Ash, this is HeroQuest, and today we'll be switching out of this camera mode very, very soon, but we are going to be looking at the outdoor bridge to castle map. The wide exposure is just insane on this camera, so I'm going to be switching over now. So this is offered by LostMapsGames. It doesn't actually have a name of its own, so we'll just kind of refer to it as the map for now. Lost Maps does a lot of these maps with and without furniture and can supply them in PVC, which this is made out of, which is a type of vinyl, which is a type of plastic, and is very rugged, has a lovely grip, and it's a pretty glossy finish, but you're not really going to be looking at it so high up that you do notice a gloss. So please ignore the gloss reflection on the camera. It's not there in real life. You're not going to be looking directly over the board like I am with the lens here. In fact, it's going to be a lot more like this, and you'll see a lot less of that gloss. I've decorated this with miniatures from contemporary HeroQuest, Rise of the Dreadmoon, and some furniture bits from the base game as well. And this is a version of the map that comes with furniture baked in. You can easily get these without furniture. A lot of the maps have no furniture or furniture options. This one's with, so it's got stuff decorating the rooms and whatnot, but you don't have to have that. Anyways, I've created a bit of a quest using this map. Using this particular map, I have created my own scenario. Your Ella Thorne, Cadre of the Raven's Vale, should be enough to take out this pathetic force that have taken over the remnants of the old royal library, which is not a settlement and should not be inhabited by anything. In fact, it is only used as a grounds for initiating new magisters into the Realm's Council. But unfortunately, as it does with everything, chaos and dread have overtaken it. And so we have a Magus guard here guarding the bridge. Again, the Cadre should be enough to take this guy out and advance. But if you are seen by the assassins atop the tower and the Magus guard atop the opposite tower, they will come running down. The assassin does not need to go through the door. She can simply jump down, all agile-like, and approach you on the bridge. So take out the Magus guard first, then the assassin. Once you have taken her out, the Magus guards in the adjacent rooms and towers will not actually try to approach you until you enter the room and tower top that they're on. So once you've done this, you can take them out as well, or you can skip them entirely. Why? Because I'm inspired by Dark Souls, and sometimes the enemies in Dark Souls just don't pursue. They just hang out. You can skirt them, you can go about your day. Now, the door that is atop the tower leading to where the assassin was needs a strength check to open. You need to be able to hit this thing with 3 skulls. And if you don't, it stays shut. The chest behind, you get to decide what's in that. Could be a random artifact, could be something specifically from Rise of the Dreadmoon, could be completely different from a different expansion, or it could just be a monetary gold amount. Next up, again, ignoring the gloss because we're having a bit of an overhead tour, and you'll see the gloss if you're looking at it from that angle, but you're likely not going to be. You'll be more like this. So we have now made it onto the Royal Library grounds. This is a set of buildings out here erected holding all sorts of different books, magical tomes, historical documents, things that should be classified. There were guards here. The guards are gone. They've been taken out. There is an assassin who will rush you as soon as she sees you. You don't have to fight the spectral dread warrior in the corner who has an additional attack, additional defense, and additional body point. But if you do, great rewards may be had. Perhaps the one-time use of the spectral ashes of this dread warrior to be summoned in a quest where he will continue to keep his buffs. Now, when the heroes go through the front gates, they can search this room for traps, and they will find that the bookshelf does indeed have a secret book on it that can be moved. This will be found if you search for secret doors as well, but it is a secret door trap. So if you search for traps first, you'll find that this book has been given a bit of a poison quill. And so the first hero to search for secret doors without first searching for traps will be poisoned by the quill and lose a body point. If, however, the trap is disarmed and they search for secret doors again, the bookcase will open the door outside, which does not open otherwise. When opening this door, the heroes may move in and take on the 2 assassins within the librarian's chamber. And these are the bosses of this particular scenario. There's nothing super special about them other than they can both attack diagonally, and they have all of the regular abilities of an assassin, which makes them pretty tough. You normally don't have to fight two at once, and any heroes who enter this, if 2 or 3 enter, the fourth one's too far away from the door. This door, you could safely shut it and just go ahead and isolate them. Just trap them in here, making this a bit more dangerous. There is a Magus Guard across over there, and there are a couple of bookshelves. You can decide what kind of treasures the heroes will find if they search these bookshelves. And this is my custom scenario for this Lost Maps version. I don't really have any sort of way to share this. Don't have a way to put Lost Maps out there with my own sort of HeroQuest builder style PDF format or anything like that. That, I've heard, might be something that's possible in the near future. We'll have to see. Not making any guarantees. Not making any official claims. Got my finger on the pulse of it, though. I put a hidden room over here, so while your heroes are out and about, this door will not appear unless a hero decides to come around the corner here, so the visibility triggers. Otherwise, it's not there. And with no doors appearing when the heroes are in other places, they may not think to go around here and look. But if they do, you can put the door down, and then you can decide what's in this room. I would like to say that there should be some sort of reward in here, just for their checking. Perhaps it could be some enemies and then also a reward, but don't just make it enemies. That would be boring. Something to help you in this fight against the very first Magus Guard and Assassin Trap. So as far as the details on this go, I think that it's a little bit less in fidelity compared to some of the other maps. And I don't know if that's because when this was created, I don't know by what means this art in particular is created. I don't know what software is being used, but I wonder if the additional height in the software causes it. But it does seem like the details are just a little bit fuzzier. Everything's a little bit blurrier. And this is not neoprene, or I'd kind of understand, because I kind of halfway expect neoprene to give your images that blurry vibe, but not vinyl. So this one, a little bit fuzzy. You're far enough away, you're not going to be able to tell. The details really that you need to make sure you're always aware of are where the squares and grids are in relation to the squares, tiles around them. Sometimes you have situations where there are no tiles at all, no squares. And I mean, would I have put squares here? I don't know if it really matters. You can still move your characters here if you want to. As Zargon, you should be able to make this distinction in session 0 if it's something you feel is important or if your players are going to question it. And there will be other things too, like how are you supposed to cross this when there are no squares? But it looks like this terrain should not be traversable, so I do understand why the exclusion of squares there, the exclusion of tiles, walkable tile insinuation. But I also think, just go ahead and put tiles everywhere. It's fine. Just put them everywhere. Although that can't really work when you have separation like this that's non-standard tile size as well. This is not a critique of this map. It's just an observation, because some of you out there might want to consider that when you are selecting your next map for purchase. I've talked a little bit about the baking in of furniture before and how it kind of forces a little bit of a theme. The Dragon Strike boards from way in the past have this problem. There's stuff everywhere, and your players are always going to be like, I searched the book. And you're like, there's not supposed to be you don't find a book. Well, there's a book. There's a book right here on the board. I can't help that. There's not a book there in this quest. Okay, well, I wouldn't have moved here if I knew that. Or I move here. You get attacked by the dragon. What? There's a dragon? Yes, a dragon is arted right there on the board. Someone painted and drew a dragon. But I thought you said that it didn't count. No, I didn't say that. I mean, you could just run into those situations nonstop. So I am really happy that these boards have a non-furniture option to kind of lessen down on that imaginary scenario that I came up with. That probably never happens. People in the comments can tell me, Ash, you're just losing your mind. Nobody cares about that stuff. Or maybe it's valid. I don't know. So what do you think? Is this a quest appropriate for the Cadre of the Raven's Veil, or do the heroes of HeroQuest need to step in and check out this dreadful danger? In a previous video, I was kind of lamenting how my camera at the time wasn't really focusing that well, even though it was a newer camera. This is that newer camera. I had just selected the ultra-wide lens last time, and I guess it really doesn't like focusing. Mostly nobody cares about that stuff, but I just kind of wanted to throw that out there in case anybody else was planning on making a decision where they bought new equipment. Yes, this is comparable, and and even better than my last camera. I just had it in the wrong mode, and I didn't know that they didn't like to focus when they were in ultra wide. This is so much better than the focus searching that was occurring on my last phone. So much better. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will return with another Lost Maps video. How's this? How do you like that? Yeah. In this video, Ash discovers 2-camera setup. I'm so sorry. I thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your day. And until next time, brave heroes, onward. Bye for now.